Welcome to Cape Town, population 4.8 million people. With a diverse mix of cultures and people, it is the birthplace of the expansion into South Africa, but a collective point of so many nationalities. The city of Cape Town has its origin in 1652, when the Dutch East India Company established a refreshment station for its ships on the shores of Table Bay. Jan van Riebeeck reached Table Bay on April 6 the following year with an expedition of about 90 crew and went ashore the next day to select a place for a fort. Today's Grand Parade across the Castle of Good Hope in the center of Cape Town is round about the location of the first fort. In 1718, the French established a garrison to help the Dutch defend the city against British attack, and with the French presence, it influenced the local architecture and culture. British occupation in the 19th century brought governing concepts and freedom from slavery. Cape Town was the gateway to Europe's exploration of the South African interior, and close ties with continental Europe were maintained. What turned the original outpost into the first European settlement was the company's decision to let sailors and soldiers in its service settle in the Cape region and start their own farms. The colony's population was increased by European immigrants who included girls from Dutch orphanages and the Huguenot exiles from France, shipped out to the Cape by the company. Reaching the 1690s, the settlement of the Kaapse Vlak, or then the Cape Hamlet, had a couple of hundred houses and a European population of about 1,000, of whom 2/3 were Dutch, 1/6 French, with smaller numbers of Germans, Swedes, Danes and Belgians. When the British seized it in 1795, the town had about 1,000 houses and a population of some 14,000 people. After the British rule took over, the Cape started looking much different, and some of the farmers started moving deeper into the interior of South Africa. We decided to take a hike into town just to explore Cape Town a little bit. Let us show you some of the old buildings that you will find here. The Parliament building of South Africa. When you walk through the city center, you can clearly see the European architectural influence, and not only from one country, but a mixture of so many pioneers from that era. Slave lodge. So if you want to buy a slave, this is the place to come and lodge it. The Cathedral of St. George the Martyr is the oldest cathedral in southern Africa and the mother church of the Anglican Church in Cape Town and the seat of the Archbishop of Cape Town. The church was built to provide a place of worship for the Anglican English settlers in Cape Town. The cathedral was designed by Sir Herbert Baker and was built out of sandstone from Table Mountain. The first stones of the foundation were laid in 1901. It is a stunning example of Victorian-era design with magnificent stained glass windows, a crypt and even a restaurant on site. We came across a building that I thought was the planetarium in Cape Town, just to discover that it was actually the National Library. So we're going to try and see if they will let us into the building. This building is considered one of the finest examples of Edwardian architecture in South Africa. The ceremonial hall is based on a Greek theatre, with a dome rising to a height of 17 meters. This is amazing. Wow. This is an impressive building. What did you think, Elias?
Yeah, it's quite impressive. It looks so nice.
We did not walk all the way through the company's gardens, but did take a shortcut through the top side. The company's gardens is the oldest garden in South Africa, a park and heritage site located in central Cape Town. The garden was originally created in the 1650s by the region's first European settlers and provided fertile ground to grow fresh produce to replenish ships surrounding the Cape. It was watered from the springs on the lower slopes of Table Mountain. Nah, Elias, that squirrel looks nuts. Ha 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 ha. So that's what you do with old cannons. You put them next to the gate. The Belmont Mount Nelson Hotel is a luxury hotel at the center of Cape Town and is known for its seductively sumptuous setting for a scrumptious afternoon tea. You can sample over 40 varieties of the finest teas, which is accompanied by a showcase of tartlets, scones and finger sandwiches, amongst others. This is the street where we're living for the next while touring the Cape. Next time, we will start to explore the Cape Town area, driving down the eastern side of the peninsula towards Simonstown. If you enjoy coastal drives, this one is for you. The architecture in these small towns and harbors can take you on a historical journey like no other. So join us as we stop along the way at a couple of enchanting spots towards Simonstown. And please remember to share our channel and to like and subscribe for more adventures.